What if the reason you're not where you want to be has nothing to do with your talent, your intelligence, or your circumstances? What if the real reason is that you keep waiting to feel motivated? Think about how many times you've said, "I'll start when I feel ready." How many goals have you delayed because you didn't feel inspired enough, confident enough, or energetic enough? Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years, and nothing changes. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Motivation is not the key to success. In fact, relying on motivation is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unstable. Some days, you wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to take on the world. Other days, you wake up tired, stressed, distracted, or doubting yourself. So if your progress depends on how you feel, your life will always move in circles. We live in a world obsessed with motivation. Motivational videos, quotes, speeches, content that makes you feel powerful for a moment. In those moments, you believe this is it, that you're finally going to change your life. But then the video ends. The music fades. Reality comes back. And suddenly, the fire is gone. Not because motivation is useless, but because motivation is temporary. Motivation is great at starting things. It gets you excited. It pushes you to take the first step. You start the gym. You start working on your goals. You start believing in yourself. But then the work gets hard. The progress slows down. The excitement fades, life gets pussy, and motivation disappears. When that happens, most people stop, not because they're lazy, not because they're incapable, but because they were committed to the feeling, not the process. Motivation doesn't care about your goals. It only cares about your mood. That's why discipline matters. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't wait for you to feel good. Discipline doesn't ask if you're in the mood. Discipline shows up when you're tired, when you're bored, when you're unmotivated, and when you're doubting yourself. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like Italiano. And that's why discipline feels hard. There's no excitement in it. No emotional high. No instant reward. Just you, the work, and the choice to keep going. Your mind will try to protect you. It will say, "Do it tomorrow. You deserve a break. One day won't matter." But here's the truth. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you train yourself to quit. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, you build strength. Motivation says, "I'll do it when I feel ready." Discipline says, "I'll do it because I said I would." Motivation depends on emotion. Discipline depends on commitment. Motivation feels good. Discipline makes you grow. Motivation is loud. Discipline is quiet. And the people you admire, the people who succeed, don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They show up on the days they don't feel like Italiano. They keep going when quitting feels easier. Success is not built on big moments. It's built on boring days. Days where nothing exciting happens. Days where progress feels invisible. Days where you question whether it's even worth it. One workout won't change your body. One day of effort won't change your life. But showing up every day will. That's what discipline does. It turns small actions into massive results over time. Most people fail because they keep waiting. Waiting to feel confident. Waiting to feel ready. Waiting to feel motivated. But confidence comes after action. Clarity comes after movement. Motivation comes after discipline. If you let your feelings decide your actions, you'll stay average forever. But if you let your commitment decide your actions, your feelings will eventually follow. Discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you build. You build it by starting small, by making small promises to yourself and keeping them, by showing up even when it is said uncomfortable. Stop negotiating with your mind. Stop asking how you feel. Start asking who you want to become. You don't rise to motivation. You fall to your habits. And the beautiful thing about discipline is that it compounds. You won't notice it today. You might not notice it tomorrow. But one day, you'll look back and realize everything changed. Not because of motivation, but because you stayed consistent when it was hard. Discipline creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels motivation. Motivation becomes the reward, not the requirement. So remember this. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. The life you want is not built on your best days. It's built on the days you were tired, bored, unmotivated, and still showed up. Stop waiting for motivation. Choose discipline. Because your future isn't waiting for you to feel ready. It's waiting for you to act.